Hello everyone, welcome to Just Invest Today, and in today's video, we are talking about Alibaba hypocrites and what's going on in the market and how these people talk so bad about Alibaba, but look what they're doing behind closed doors. And we really got to get into this because this is what we're seeing in the market, and this is the headlines. People want these bad news headlines to come out against Alibaba to get the price down, and then they're gonna buy into it. Like, we know all of these politicians, all of these government officials are all corrupt in their own way. And this is what they're doing in the market. And these guys are just hypocrites. They're just fully against Alibaba. Basically, he was for Biden using executive orders to kind of ban some Chinese companies or US investments in Chinese companies, while he was actually buying into Alibaba, selling put options, buying put options, doing all of that trading activity worth almost $300,000. This is all from just Alibaba, and this is what he's doing behind the scenes. He's not showing the SEC of what he's doing because he is a senator and he has influence on politicians and what they're doing. So that's what we're gonna fight against when you're an Alibaba shareholder. You gotta fight against Wall Street Journal, Barron's. You gotta fight against Seeking Alpha, like all of these publications saying China is bad, the Chinese companies are uninvestable. When can we see Alibaba rebounding when the headlines are just gonna kill the stock? Because if Alibaba gets out of the news, gets out of like the headlines, man, this stock is gonna explode and we're gonna see a huge catalyst. So let's get into some of this article, but before we do, like this video, subscribe to my channel. I'm always providing with so much new content, man. So let's get into this. So Senator Tommy Alabama, who has been a staunch critic of China and companies there since last summer, during the whole debacle with Alibaba, has bought and sold stock and put options in Chinese e-commerce giant Alibaba after questions were raised about similar transactions. So he's thinking that Alibaba is doing all of these military activities. These Chinese companies are supporting the government. He's buying into it. He's selling out of it. This is how these guys make money in the market. We know Nancy Pelosi, all of those people are trading heavily in the stock market and they're fighting for the rights. Like, I guarantee you they're doing the same thing with Facebook right now. Buying put options, buying calls, selling out of it, selling into it, like whatever they're doing all of that with Facebook because there's always 10, 30 Facebook critics coming out of the woodworks, hitting the company. So that's the exact same thing they're doing with Alibaba. Tuberville, as recently December, made 3 separate purchases with his wife of Alibaba shares valued at as much as $300,000 in total. In July, the Republican spokesman told CNBC that in mid-2020 he had ordered his financial advisors to sell off a small stake in Alibaba stock after becoming aware it was in his portfolio. And this is the lies. They're going to keep telling you this. Oh, I have no clue what I'm doing. I don't even know what's happening in my portfolio. Me and my wife don't make any investments. Like, do you really believe that's what he's saying? Or that's what he's advocating? He's saying he doesn't know no knowledge of the stocks in his portfolio. His financial advisor is just doing all of it. He knows nothing about it. And these are the lies that politicians are telling you. So when you're an Alibaba shareholder, this is what you have to fight against. The public psychology, what the public thinks of Alibaba. Because remember, the sentiment of Alibaba is what's driving the stock price and what's driving the outcome of Alibaba. Because think about it. It was like 300 like 2 years ago or a year ago, whatever, a year and a half ago. And it went all the way down to record low levels. It's at a price basically in 2017. They're saying Alibaba right now is the same company in 2017-16. That's what the price of the market is putting Alibaba at. And that's what they're saying. Not just gonna let him just do whatever with your portfolio. He's definitely talking about it with his advisor because he knows what he's doing and he knows what he's talking about. He praised Joe Biden for issuing an executive order that would allow the United States to prohibit U.S. investments in the Chinese companies that the White House said would undermine the security of the democratic values of the U.S. and its allies. So this is the whole charade. Go and talk to Joe Biden about what's happening with China, and China is the biggest threat to the U.S. national security. You tell Biden, oh, look what these Chinese companies are doing. You wait for all these price declines. You sell put options on them, and you just get out like a bandit. You sell put options. This is the game they're playing in the Senate, man, and in the office. They do this with so many different stocks. It's crazy. They're thinking actually about putting laws forbidding all these senators and politicians for actually trading in the market, because guys, they are making laws against these companies, for these companies, putting in infrastructure bills, putting in all these like energy bills, like, so they're boosting these stocks, they're boosting these companies, and they have money into these companies. So think about it, it's in the best interest of them to do this. And don't tell me this is not in their back of their mind, or they're just not acknowledging that they own these companies. They're all doing this in the best interest of themselves. So what do you think about what was happening with this whole case and what the senator is doing? Like, this is what we're up against when you buy into Alibaba, you buy into Chinese stocks, because USA always thinks they're the biggest enemy ever. So guys, tell me what you think about this article. Like, subscribe to my channel, and get back to you in the next video. Peace.